Scott, it's a third successive home league defeat against Bath City tonight, 3-2. As you've just mentioned just off camera there, you feel like maybe we wouldn't have scored a goal if we'd stay out there all night long. What were your thoughts on today's performance?
Tough one to probably summarise. I didn't think there was loads in it in the first half. Got a goal where it was kind of even Stevens at the time. Didn't really feel comfortable in our shape, if I'm honest. I thought they could hurt us and we could hurt them in terms of our shape against theirs. And I just thought some of the decision making across the 90 minutes has cost us. I think sort of execution of clearances, giving away cheap free kicks, not picking up people, set pieces, the wall breaking and it going straight through. Overall, it's just been a bad night defensively. You can go through the 3 goals with obviously the first one with the ball, it completely breaks. Second one, we lose a header at the back post. And then the third one, we make a rash clearance that goes out of play in line with 18-yard box when it doesn't need to be that rash. They throw it in, they win the first, win the seconds and score. So credit to Bath, they've hurt us 3 times. They possibly could have had another one. We possibly could have scored 1 or 2 more. Obviously, Johnny's gone through towards the end. The most blatant penalty decision you'll ever see, I think, hasn't been given in the last kick of the game. So, listen, I think over the course of the season, luckily even itself out, Bath just said to me there that they've had decisions go against them this year. And I showed it to a couple of their players and manager, and they just said, that was their reaction in terms of we've had loads go against us. So it's quite clear that it is a penalty, but we can't ask the ref to help us out. We need to do better across the 90 minutes. I thought we got into the final third plenty of times and kicked the ball behind the goal. And when you do that, it becomes frustrating. They're able to slow it down, and rightly so. I have no problems with that. When you earn the right to go in front, you earn the right to sort of time wastes, and we would do exactly the same. So overall, really frustrating night.
I wanted to ask you about the second goal. Mostly because there was a few alarm bells in the first half where I did notice there was 2 or 3 occasions where they were looking for that ball at the back post. They eventually obviously did cause us harm there. Was that something that was looked at?
Yeah, so we gave the lads individual jobs to do in terms of going picking up. I genuinely think that mentality has cost us that game tonight. I look at the mentality that we had on Saturday. People coming to, we call it our house, and not giving them an inch. We ran hard, we fought hard, we scrapped and we fought for every single ball. And I felt like tonight Bath did it better than us. I don't know if it's tired legs, fatigue. We've obviously got a couple of lads that are playing their second game in quick succession, and it might have been a little bit too much too soon. But credit to those boys, they've gone out there and they've given us the best that they can. But we're asking a lot of your Reeses and your Tyreses that have only trained a couple of sessions and then played 2 games in 3 days. But Tarek's out injured, and maybe we have to look at it for the weekend. Maybe we're asking a little bit too much of these lads.
Yeah, there was a few players from Saturday who were on the bench this evening, but they sort of came on and made an impact, didn't they, in Tyreek and Johnny? Did you feel that maybe bringing them on a little bit earlier might have sparked a little bit more of a bounce earlier on? Yeah,
do you know what? It's always a difficult one. We've stuck with the same team many times on a Tuesday night when we've won on a Saturday, and it's cost us. And then we've learnt from it at times, thinking we need to freshen it up and change it. Tyreek and Johnny have covered the most distance this season and played the most minutes. So we felt like we just needed to recharge them, give them a sort of hopefully a new lease of life going into Saturday. Obviously Johnny comes on and nearly scores. Tyreek comes on and obviously he's buzzing around and whatnot. So yeah, it's important that we pick the right team for Saturday now. I think for us, it's just not about sharing minutes. We need to get a victory at some point. We need to get a win, get 3 points. We've obviously got a game in hand or 2 over some teams, but games in hand mean nothing unless you approach them properly. I could dissect that game, which I will. I'll sit down and watch it. And the most frustrating thing is I don't think Bath had to work too hard for their goals. We're shipping too many at the moment. I look a little bit stupid and a little bit silly saying once everyone's back, we'll be okay, we'll be solid, we'll be strong. But when you concede from 2 set pieces, listen, it kind of goes out the window. Any sort of game plan, idea, understanding. Yeah, listen, if you're not willing to mark your man, or if you're not willing to stand tall in a wall and take one square in the face, then listen, it's going to be an uphill battle, and it certainly was.
We also saw tonight both Luke and Ansu make their first starts. What did you make of them?
Yeah, obviously, Ansu did well on Saturday when he came on. Obviously got his goal. And then tonight, like I said, I thought he'd done okay. Luke, I thought, did pretty well for his first start. I thought he showed glimpses of what he's about. And then we're quite fortunate at the moment. We've got Jordan that comes on and gives us something different. Victor played down the middle. Ruben should be back in contention for Saturday. But for me, no, in terms of the two new lads, I thought they showed glimpses. But they'll be better for it when people around them are playing better. And I think you could see that on Saturday. Saturday's performance was, for me, perfect. And then tonight we were slightly off it. And we talk about after the Lord Mayor's show. And I was worried about it. I said to a couple of people this afternoon I'd have taken a point this evening rather than got greedy, just to stem the flow of defeats. And then to sort of like calm everyone down, because I know everyone's excited. They're talking about Macclesfield on the 6th of December or whenever it might be, and we need to park that. We need to put that to the back of our minds. Yes, the cup run is great, but we're in a bit of a pickle at the moment towards the bottom end of the league, and listen, we need to make sure that we get out of it sooner rather than later. And we've got a chance to hopefully do that on Saturday.
Yeah, not only Saturday, of course, there is a lot of opportunities in the next 2-3 weeks with a lot of games to come. Talking about obviously Saturday, then Horsham away. They've started the league on like a house on fire. They've been really good since they obviously got promoted in the summer. Tricky one, isn't it?
Yeah, listen, they're all tricky. There's no easy games. Managers might say it and they might pick out a few secretly or discreetly and go, do you know what, that's one that we should be winning. But I don't look at them like that. I think every single game is a real big task and a real big ask. I don't know too much about Horsham, if I'm honest. He's probably one of the managers in the league that is really highly regarded in terms of what he's done and the job there. I don't know him personally, so I'm going in blind at the moment. But before Thursday comes, I'll know a lot more about them. I'll do my research. I'll watch them. Really good football inside. I've seen some clips been put up on Twitter in the previous few days. They look like they move the ball well, and we'll have to make sure that we're bang at it. If we play like we did tonight and go out there a little bit half-hearted, we'll end up coming away with another defeat, and that can't happen. So it's a real big month ahead. I've spoken to the lads and I've said to them, this month for me will determine where we're at in the season, whether we're going to be mid-table, whether we're going to be looking upwards, or we're in a dogfight until the end of April. So we need to fix up, we need to back up our ideas. Otherwise it's going to be a long, arduous season. And listen, I haven't got the mental capacity or the emotion to go through that again. It's tough, it consumes you. And the lads in there have had some good, honest, hard words, or harsh words with one another, and they know what we need to do. And listen, we'll get there at some point, but hopefully it'll be sooner rather than later.
Commiserations for tonight, Scott, and good luck for Saturday.
Cheers, Con, thank you.